Let's start with the first game of the season, and that'll be Green Bay against Seattle. What do you like in this game?
I like Seattle. I like the defending champs, how they started in preseason to come out and win.
Wow. If there's one quarterback in the NFL that can go out there and win, it's the most talented guy, and that's, of course, Aaron Rodgers. But I agree with you guys. They are the fastest team, the Seattle Seahawks, the most difficult stadium in all of the NFL to win. True. And I think this is a tough spot for Aaron Rodgers. I'm going with Seattle.
Yeah, it is. If this game was in Green Bay, I absolutely would pick the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. They have depth. I think they're a team that's going to be in this all year long. They're a Super Bowl challenging team, but out there, Russell Wilson's going to be better. They're going to unleash him a little more.
All right, Indy is at Denver up against Peyton Manning, who, not that he ever has anything to prove, but he is coming off of a game that he'd rather not have lost.
Well, okay, and he lost in Indy last year, so that'll be up his sleeve. But, Peyton's going to do what he does. What concerns me about the Colts, can they pass protect well enough for Andrew Luck? Let's see, DeMarcus Ware, Von Miller. I like Denver.
You know what? I believe that Wes Welker is going to play. I really do. Everything that's coming out of Denver leads me to believe that he'll be out there and he'll be, the big part of that passing offense. To me, it's all about protecting Andrew Luck. Right now, Indianapolis may have one of the
protecting Wes Welker's head.
Yeah, well, I think protecting Andrew Luck with a suspect offensive line. Indianapolis is stepping into a hornet's nest in Denver.
I like Denver in this game. I mean, it's a home game for them. Peyton is mad, and those guys need to get going to try to get back.
What does Peyton have to be mad about? I mean, Peyton's.
Well, he wanted to throw for 6,000 yards last year.
Yes.
And make it.
And he did lose against these guys.
You think Wes Welker should be playing in this game?
I don't think so. I don't think so. With the new NFL rules and the way they're implementing everything and going about finding guys, you got to stick to your guns. You know, this guy needs not to play.
Oakland at the New York Jets. The news out of Raiderland is that Derek Carr is going to get the start.
Congratulations to Derek Carr, but, condolences, too, because you're going to be going against one of the toughest defenses to face, although their cornerback situation, the Jets, is a big question mark. I do like the Jets at home. I think they should be able to take care of business. And I like the way that Geno Smith played this preseason. I don't know about you guys. He looked really good this year, and I think they're ready to take off offensively.
Yeah.
Who do you like, Ed?
I like New York in this game. I mean, their experience with the coaching staff, they've been around together. They have a great nucleus. Derek Carr's just starting. Rex Ryan with those schemes, him and Dennis Thurman over there. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays.
Well, I can't pick the game. I'm doing the game, but I'm anxious to see it. A couple things. It's third down blitzing by the Jets. It's the best in the NFL still. Of course, who knows more about it than you?
Yeah.
You guys had it for so long down there with Rex and Ray Lewis and all that. But I'll say this about Derek Carr. The rap on him coming out, he's not going to stand in the pocket, all that.
Yeah.
And I watched his tapes in college, and it's really untrue. And if you watched him during the preseason, he stood in there like a man, whatever you want to say, people around him, and he threw it down the field. He can make some big plays.
He gives Oakland a great chance to win.
He gives them a chance to make big plays.
I was telling you off the air about how Phil has an alter ego.
Yes.
You just saw it. He actually sometimes goes into this other person when he's talking about something, and it's a lot of fun to watch because there's two Phil Simms going at it at the same time.
There's two of you, too. They're both sitting in that chair right now.
Okay, sure.
I'm thinking both of you guys got a Phil and Boomer side, too. Like, you got a Boomer side, you got a Phil side.
Oh, there you go.
I don't have the Phil side.
Man, that hurt his feelings.
Right, I don't know which Phil Simms I'm asking this of, but the New York Giants go into Detroit to play the Lions. They've got their preseason problems worked out yet or no?
Well, I don't think they'll have them ironed out. That's for sure. You don't just fix it in 1 week, but I'll say this about the Giants. They're running the football very well in preseason. Andre Williams, Rashard Jennings, that's a pretty good combination. They need to run it well, hopefully get some big plays, but I like Detroit there, a home Monday night game.
Eli does not look comfortable to me coming out of training camp at all. I mean, he looks like he has no clue to what's happening. Now, they're saying here in New York that they're doing all these great things on the practice field and that they will actually have a good game plan for the Detroit Lions. I like Detroit in this game, and I like them big. I just do not see this offense being able to just turn the switch on and expect to go on the road in a difficult situation against a high-powered offense like the Detroit Lions. I like the Lions big in this.
And Detroit with a new head coach,
Jim Caldwell. Yeah, who was in Baltimore when I was there, and a great man. And I think with all that talent up there in Detroit, he should do some great things with those guys. And it's going to be interesting to see if they come out and be disciplined this year, though, and play with a focus.
There it is. Can Jim Caldwell corral him? You were with him. What do you think? Yes,
I think so.
I think
so. If they're smart and take heed to what he's telling them as men, because he's a coach's player, they should be all right.
And Cincinnati at Baltimore. How are the Ravens going to do?
I think they're battling for the division. And Baltimore have had some secondary questions, but I think the first game coming out in Baltimore, those guys are going to be ready to play some football.
You know, I would think that I was going to go with Baltimore simply because the Bengals had problems on the road last year. But now this has got to be a team that's going to come of age. And if you're going to come of age, your young quarterback, Andy Dalton, has got to win a game like this. You've got to win these games in your division on the road.
Coming of age, so coming of age.
I'm going with Cincinnati.
It's coming of age, like making the next step and all that. Is that what that
No.
is? Is that one of those things? Come of age, take the next step. Yeah, is that what that is?
Yeah, kind of like you in your 4th year.
Yeah, okay.
Who do you like?
I'm taking Baltimore. I like their defense. They're going to protect Joe Flacco better. He can really throw it, take